Hello, folks. The Celtic Nerd here, bringing you another nerdy video. Oh, it's been about a week since I did my last video. I did record some footage of the Little Sport sparring matches last night. However, certain events took place, and I felt like it'd be best to not broadcast it. So that video will not be uploaded, as I don't want to cause any potential issues there. So instead, I talked to a fellow member of Ludosport to basically get some permissions. And I was granted. So we are going to be talking about an old D&D game that I once ran with Ludosport Ireland. Fulfilling this as being both semi Ludosport related, but then also, D&D. Let me just see if I can get these images up. There we go. We're going to skip forward. If I can find the proper order of this. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find the order of these pictures, but I don't believe they were actually yeah, okay, I don't think they were actually done in any, they weren't sent to me in any specific order. So I do apologize for that, folks. But okay, so this is going back years and years and years, from like way in my first year of being a member of Leadersport Ireland. I decided, like, let's have a Leadersport D&D group, which I labeled the Lunar Guard Adventures. We even streamed a little bit of it. Now, unfortunately, because of conflicting schedules, I eventually had to drop the campaign. However, there were some very fun moments. I don't know if this video is still up on YouTube, so that's why I'm doing this video. I could dig around in my old files to see if it is there, but I'm pretty sure I did delete all those videos because of the fact that the game ended, and therefore it would be a bit disappointing to keep it there. So, the reason why I was talking about images, though, is because we were doing Lost Mine of Fendelver. Now, I actually heavily modified, and I still do when I run modules, I tend to modify them a significant amount, so that way the story is suited for what I have planned in terms of linking them with other adventures. So, the party was in Fandelver. We decided to leave to help out some of the civilians of this the town of the small little village. So we went to a ruin called Thunder Tree. Eventually, Thunder Tree would be given to the party as a reward of ridding the location of what I'm about to describe, but as well as some other things. So the party arrives at Thunder Tree, and we discovered that there's a dragon cult there who's seeking to convince this green dragon to join essentially a coalition of dragons as well as dragon cults in hopes of aiding Tiamat. Now, the party also found a druid shortly after they dealt with the dragon cult, and this druid explained to them what this green dragon is like. Now, the party consisted of a DMPC by the name of Loyalty, that was run by me. He was a tiefling warlock / sorcerer, and as his name suggests, he wanted to be the epitome of loyalty. We had a wood elf by the name of Vish. I know. This character is ran by a really good friend by the name of Mark, who is apparently like, so he's also apparently a very good artist as well as animator. So I haven't seen any of his animation work, but I've seen his drawings, and a part of me really hopes he eventually gets noticed, and apparently he has something in the works. So like, I can't wait to see that. Anyway, we had a few other party members. One day, in between sessions, Mark messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I have a plan in terms of talking to the dragon," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. What's your plan? Like, are you gonna not do? Are you not gonna try and deal with it with the with the group?" It was like, "No, I have plans, but I just wanted to give you a heads. I'm giving you a warning. Also, here's some images for the purpose of the stream, and for handouts for to the party." So he proceeds. I get proceeded to be sent a bunch of images. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm looking at. I looked at the images, and I'm like, a part of me is like, okay, clearly he's planning something. Like, I can see where he's going with these images. And I'm just going to minimize my little thing. Get ready to show you guys the webpage. Let's see. Normal. Let's see. Boop, boop. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna. I'll open up the images soon enough. But okay, so afterwards we're just gonna deal with infinity going on right now for a little bit longer, folks. So we get to the session, and he says to the group, "Okay, I begin to hand everything I own to Loyal," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, I give him my weapons, I give him my armor, my clothes. I'm like, oh, are you? And he's just like, my character, yes, is stripping down naked, except he has a bunch of large white pieces of paper with him. And I'm like, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, he's doing it. All right. So the rest of the party steps back. Like, no one in the group. There was like 6 of us. We all just are like, okay, let's just see how this plays out. Some of us did complain, but like the rest of us were like, no, let's see how this plays out. So he describes that his character is walking to the tower where we know the green dragon has made its lair, and he proceeds to head up the stairs. Now, me as the DM, I'm like, so many of this has already gone wrong so quickly, and I'm there. I'm rolling like like trying to determine some outcomes. And I'm like, okay, how is this dragon going to react to this guy just waltzing up while naked? And it was not good. So he entered. So from the beginning, he's already failed. But green dragons, being green dragons and liking to mess around with what they deem as inferior species, decided to let's see what you got. And here we go, folks. I'm just going to double check to make sure you guys can see the image. So here is one of the images. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, no, that's from a fan manga that I shared with him. Okay, so he's pitching to the dragon to open up a wizarding school. And here are the pros that he suggested. Now again, keep in mind, folks, he has all these pieces of paper and he's showing them to the dragon while completely naked. So there we go. Pros: secret. Wizard headmasters get secret chambers plus forbidden research. And then there's this whole oops section, which I don't know what, I can't remember the context of. And he's like, respect. Smart people all want to learn magic. Power. Magic no one knows equals dollar sign equals money. Get people to pay in secrets. Knowledge equals power. Influence. Mold generations of wizards as you see fit. Now, again, I don't know, I cannot remember the order he shows these off in, so bear with me. So he's like, he included pictures as well. You were probably thinking, how could I get that? Current situation. Look at all my well plus magical items slash tomes. Pity I'm so hungry I have to burn and ravage villages. Oh god. And by the way, he is a great artist, but he chose to go to, draw and whatnot badly as a reflection that his character is not the best artist. And here's Elvish. Also, Greg was another. Gregor was a barbarian slash druid that one of our other players was playing, and Uncle Eddie is Elvish's uncle, who is extremely old but well powerful swordsman. Oh, I forgot that corner image right here. So yeah, anyway, so what does Elvish get out of this? Jack and BFF prove Uncle Eddie and plus Greg wrong. The names of Dustguard who want secrets, the king's attention, and obviously I don't know why this was part of the whole thing, but yeah. I don't. I'm gonna try and not refer to too many things, but anyway. So after some much needed pillaging, oh no! So this one clearly predates this one. IOU, dead minions, one treasure pile, and so how do we make this work? Like, it's just ridiculous. Upon like get to get in has to tell you something you don't know. We give basic teaching plus a secret, plus one secret another student told us. So basically, he's not only is he trying to set up trying to pitch to this dragon to set up a wizarding school, he's also trying to pitch for the dragon to be an info broker. Like, it's just like, what the hell? And here's, that's the prose bit. And then here's another image. I don't think I ever described the game, but still, I don't know what this is supposed to be. The team will try and probably fail to kill you if you don't let. Okay, so if he showed this off, I don't know what that is. I'm actually gonna ask him now, like at some point, what that is, and I might make a follow-up video, or a YouTube short about what the fuck is supposed to be talking here. Is that because the Lunar Guard symbol is a raven that has a sword, in its talons? So maybe that's it. But yeah, simple start. Those who can teach, and even drew the dragon with a little graduate hat. So here's the plans, to convince the king, best bros, L and VF as in Venom fan, because that was the name of the dragon. We go to Neverwinter. I talk to the king for you. They might try and shoot at you for being a dragon. Racist, right? If I fail, you poison blast bits of the town, starting with Dustguard Guild. They suck. Because the Dustguard is essentially like a rival organization to the Lunar Guard. And then I try again, repeat. And then there's a little, picture of the dragon killing people. And if only. So basically, the other idea was he would also possibly get convicts to eat as well. And then, there's a bunch of wizards asking, you're so smart, tell us secrets. And then, obviously, salty thieves being like, we can't get in. Alright, so that plan did not work. I had them roll, some checks, and like the dragon was not convinced. Like, sorry, the dragon actually was semi-convinced. Like, the idea was intriguing to him, but he did not like the fact that he saw this human entering his home completely naked and acting all buddy buddy with the dragon as an insult. And the whole like and the fact that he like the whole oh my party is going to try and kill you, as well as the whole BFF and best bros type things, did not appeal to the dragon. So the dragon unfortunately then tried to kill Elvish, which actually I believe he did, but loyal being loyal, decide I believe if I recall brought him back. With a potion. No, sorry, I think it was a scroll. Yes, I remember there was a scroll of the river fight, and the fact that we had to, it was a bit of an annoyance to some party members because that was our own. We didn't really have a healer, and that was our only scroll, and it was used because of this whole scenario. So we dubbed this whole story "Ye Old PowerPoint." But yeah, folks, it was just completely unreal. If I had a bit more better timing and if he was free, I would have gotten Mark to pop on to give us his thoughts. I might do a follow up. I might see if you guys want it. Again, if you guys want to hear like an interview about what went through the mind of Mark when he thought of this whole plan, if he can still think of it, because as I said, it has been a few years. Maybe maybe he remembers the details, maybe he doesn't. But if you guys want me to try and reach out to him and get like a little bit of an interview, get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, or the Elvish's mouth, so to speak. I will certainly try, but again, like I need to know if that would be something you guys would be interested in. Now, there might be another D&D story this week, depending on how the current adventure goes tomorrow in Adventures League. As I said, one of the things I'm also planning on doing is, collecting a few stories to tell, for the channel. But I'm also, I'm going to try and also think of more interesting stories and, just share them with you guys. So there'll either be brand new stories that take place at AL, or they might be old stories that I decided to tell you guys of, like some of their wacky things. There is a few more stories involving L, and I might even talk to him about which of their stories I might bring up next. Like, for example, maybe I'll bring up the whole dinner party story, which is very interesting and chaotic, as well as then there's also the story of the investigation of murder. In any case, there's plenty of stories. A good bit of them do involve L. Some of them don't, but like L was a wacky character, and he was, I believe he was true neutral, because the idea behind. Actually, you know what? I won't talk about that right now. I might talk to him about doing some kind of interview if he's available at some point, and he can tell you about L himself. In the meantime, this is the Celtic Nerd. Yeah, I do wish I had a bit more content. Sorry, I'm going to take this brief time to just clarify some things with you guys. The reason for lack of content from me these past weeks is just mainly due to stress. Just going to be flat out honest with you guys. Stress involving the big move that I'm doing. I was really hoping to succeed in getting my own place. Unfortunately, I'm not. So I'm going to be staying with my aunt. At some point. Then I also have my little sport tournaments coming up. I'm hoping to renew, to update my frames here. They've been a source of they've been a source of inspiration every time I do a bit of training. I got them just before COVID, so I'm hoping first tournament since COVID. I'm hoping to update them with 2022. I don't know if I will succeed, but I'm certainly going to try. And then there's just a bunch of other things that I've been stressing about. So my gaming time, I've been mainly using as a moment to just essentially unwind. Just take it easy and relax. Uh, once the move is done and stressful things are a little bit died down, I'll certainly come back to streaming some games. Um, I'm also, if I'm lucky, going to be upgrading my graphics card on my PC. At the moment, my graphics card, I had the PC nearly 15 years at this point. I got it when I was 15, 16, so I've had it nearly 15 years. And the graphics card has a total video memory of 1.5 gigabytes. It served me well. I've been playing I can play Skyrim and Elite Dangerous on my PC and whatnot. Certain games I obviously can't play. For example, I can't play Monster Hunter, or Baldur's Gate 3 as I would prefer. But I am certainly looking to maybe by the end of this month or early next month, I will certainly have an upgrade to 4 gigabytes or 6 gigabytes, depending on how things go. But yeah, so I'm mainly just dealing with stress. So, which is why I am still trying to provide you guys content in the form of looter sports stuff, as well as telling you guys these D&D stories. Well, I have to go back to babysitting my brother. I just took some time away to do this video, give you guys some level of content, especially since I actually met one of you, my subscribers at Comic-Con, Dublin Comic-Con. So she was just a sweetheart. If you're watching this, thank you. You actually made as much as I am thrilled about the success that Lewisport had at Comic-Con. Just knowing that you liked my videos and whatnot made my day. And to be honest with you, I normally don't do these videos for anyone but myself. And if I get views or likes, great. But you made my Comic-Con, and I hope you enjoyed this wacky story. If you're watching this, I'm not sure if you watch only the Little Sport videos or all my content, but either way, if you're watching this, thank you for making my Comic-Con. Anyway, this is the Celtic Nerd sign out. May the Force be with you. And remember, especially when you're dealing with a dragon, roll for initiative.